Hello everybody, it's Diane here. Since it's fall, let's make some fall, just little decoration things. I may turn these into tags. I might just stand them up somewhere. I don't know. These images were off scrap paper I bought about a year ago. But anyway, I just had a notion to just make some, like I said, little decorative things. And for some reason, that paper caught my eye. Well, I guess because it's fall. That's a pretty good reason, right? Well, I like this square. I don't like that square. This is a hand-me-down from a relative that did quilting years ago and didn't need, for whatever reason, a few squares. But I just thought kind of like a big cluster, like just sort of layering up stuff. What kind of stuff? I don't totally know. Some kind of old time card or something. Oh, that's a little bright. Let's knock that down. What's that saying there? It's talking about colors. Whatever. Okay, well, that's not enough. Let's get the scrap of paper scraps, which I noticed this is getting a little explosive. Well, I have a lot of plain stuff here in the beginning, just solid, I should say. I should probably find another home for that, but yeah, but that's kind of cool. I know, we need the pressed ferns, don't we? We have varying shades here. I think that's too green. Well, it's not bad. Oh, that's better. That's a good size, too. I brought up, I have one. I don't have a lot of lace. I've said that 110 times. But I picked this up at a thrift store once. I did bring that up because of the color across my mind. Yeah, actually, that would be pretty. Whoops. I almost dropped it. Okay, which side? And this way? Or do you want it like this, hanging off? I think that. Okay. What if we peel part of the cardboard? That might be more interesting. Alright, that's pretty good. I almost think we need something under this. Here, just as an example. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. What if we tore and then possibly inked? Whoa, these little scraps went flying. They're alive. Okay, do we want brown or black? Or a bigger piece of paper, because it doesn't really show on the edges. Let's try black and then see what we think. That's okay. Lost our fern. Or I could make it a little off. Okay. Could use maybe twine or something on the edge. We'll worry about that later. Alright. And this was a cardboard piece I just happened to have, so I just cut it. I did cut it width-wise, but height-wise, that's just what it was. So I can trim it if I want, but that one worked out okay. Alright, be a problem. Alright. I think it almost needs white gesso because there is light in it. But maybe we'll end up covering a lot up. Let's see. That's okay. I think it's a little light. What about this one? Is that one piece? I don't know. I guess. Okay. No, I kind of like that. Okay, maybe we don't have to paint then. Well, we have flowers going on. Do we need some flowers? Except my fabric bag is in the way of the flowers. I would say something, you know, that one's not cut. What looks rather realistic would be nice. That's kind of large. That's pretty good. The smaller one. I won't fussy cut this here and now. I'll do it here later. Here and later. Yeah, how come that's not a phrase? Here and now is a phrase. Here and later is not a phrase. Alright, that's kind of nice. That could use a little fabric. I think it's nice to add texture stuff. Well, this looks fall-ish. Yeah, this was from that same relative. If you're keeping track. And if you're not, it still was anyway. That's kind of nice. Or do we want it like on top? Like a, you know, a topper thing. Well, is there any rule that you can't do both? I hope not. Maybe. What else does this want? Well, I would say twine or yarn or something on that too, but maybe more of a pattern paper up in this area. No. Not my dog, if you can hear that. Somebody outside. All right, what about that? That's kind of nice. Still use another flower or two. What else do you have over here, Diane? Oh, I don't know. Different stuff. Isn't this pretty? It's too big. Isn't it pretty? Anything on this? Oh, those colors would match pretty well. A little large too. That one's not too bad. Is that it? I guess. Well, we'll take this little rosebud and this butterfly. Maybe I'll use them too. I think I'm going to start my own scrapbook paper company and come up with really cool designs like this. Whoops. But they're on a paper, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, so you have no trouble cutting them off the paper and dropping them on the floor. Okay. Actually, that's kind of pretty. Okay. I may ink the edges of these two, the cardboard. And this one, I did not punch that hole. I want to avoid it because, oh, 6 times out of 10, I get it off center and then it doesn't look right. So if I can put something under there that's that color, we can camouflage the fact that Diane didn't want to punch out the center. Is there anything that color in this stuff? It's like a teal, greenish, bluish. Too light. That matches. Okay. Now, do you think anyone that was not just a casual passerby, but someone really kind of looking at this tag, that they would figure out I did that intentionally so I didn't have to worry about that hole? I don't know. I grabbed pumpkin paper because there's pumpkins there. Oh, that might be cute. Most of my pumpkin paper is actually jack-o'-lanterns. I didn't want that. Sewing on these would be cool, but I do not put corrugated cardboard through my machine, even if it's been peeled. I just don't. I have enough trouble with it as it is. You could sew on a little snippet of fabric and glue it on. I have done that. Well, this doesn't have any fabric. What about this? Boy, did I luck out. I just got this stuff too the other day. Oh, that's not bad. And it is not why I wanted to make these. Fate intervenes again. That's pretty. Yeah, it needs leaves or something like that. I do have some leaf paper. Some of the flower paper has leaves on it with the flowers. I don't have anything particularly stunning in the leaf department, I don't think. But let's look. Let me look. This is Oh, that would work. I was going to say this is probably too wacky, but no, I think this would work. And I take it back. I do think this is stunning in the leaf department. I think these are cool. That paper is old. And I maintain, I think the older paper had better designs. I wish somebody would get in on that. I will cut around these leaves. That's okay. All right, well, there's a different dog barking outside now. Since everyone seems to have the barkies, I think I'll pause and glue these down. They might be done when I come back. I don't know. There's, like I said, I'm going to add some twine or something like that. That might be it. I don't know. Hang on. Okay, I have to thank another relative too because of these charm things and the twine and the ribbon. The yarn is mine. Another relative, at least 5 years ago, gave me a baggie full of twines and not a lot, a few charm things. She had saved off candles they were wrapped around when she bought them, and she never did anything with them, so she passed them on to me every fall, every autumn. They're all autumn themed. I forget about them. For whatever reason, I remembered them this year, and isn't that nice? Because I think they're really cool and they add a lot. I did add another pumpkin over here and put a little, it's actually ivory paint. It looks white. It does look white, but they're calling it ivory. This one does not have a charm. I added, but you can't go without cake. However, one reason was it was sitting over here to be put away. I just happened to see it when I was ripping out, a book page for text, and I decided to save it. But that is a cake recipe there, and that's a box of cocoa. So I thought that was actually kind of cute. And I put that ivory paint on this one too. And this one has a charm, some yarn, and a little number I did add. You didn't see that. But I think these are kind of cute. Gonna put them around for fall. Well, thanks to all my relatives today. And thank you for watching. Have a nice day.